Battle started.
Starting in the bottom corner. I don't go hovers in this game, but I just go. I'm gonna set it to speed 2 for you guys, so that we can get to the action. Possibly could have gone for a 4 wind plus energy storage start, but I didn't know that wind was going to rise like that. So here you'll just see my standard start. So I've got my pawn action. Walking my commander up because I'm seeing that we have some pretty low ranked players here. I want to be able to support. Shouldn't have sent in that transport to pick up those guys, but you know, sometimes that does work. So you can see now that I'm gonna get my harpoon.
Commander self-destructed. Battle paused. Battle resumed.
The real point.
Commander self-destructed.
Sealab. And this just increase firepower.
Commander self-destructed.
Picked up another light trans, taking the island. All those resources. Now he's got a significant amount of build power, but Chillin is too much for me to be able to check through. See that he's not able to
Commander destroyed.
Oh, what could I have done differently there? I could have focused more on putting metal up in terms of ships here. I could have put a third harpoon down. Would have probably allowed me to deny his shipyard. The problem is I didn't know how much he was investing there, so it would have been sort of a waste. I was helped by my ally here going hovers. Should have been healing those.
Commander destroyed. Commander destroyed.
To focus down your Seafight. In some cases, there's more pressing concern. Yeah, really, I should have all of these destroyers. I should have lost that.
Commander destroyed.
Pumping frigs and this guy should be good. Should definitely have it. This is pretty awesome. I'm getting a T2 con and also butlers from tech. This is huge. Really allows me to get, do the math, 2,000. Does mean I need to improve my energy situation, which I'm doing. I'll try to save Commander.
Commander destroyed.
I should easily be able to take out this Commander, but somehow he's massive. Easy victory. I should be pushing it all the way. But push to 2,000. It's an easy win. Sometimes you just don't see it. I thought there was another commander. I wasn't sure how up there, but I didn't see the Starlight Strike. That was just our Starlight. Destroyer in to die. Now I'm going to T2 because I think I have all of this. Okay.
Commander self-destructed.
Poor micro on my goods going to the flame on T2. I'm probably withdrawing farther than I have to there. So, to transfer. Starting to get my T2 in this, making sure that I invest some into my army. The big thing in the sea that you're able to do is dreadnoughts, battleships. Yes, yes. They are extremely powerful and just wreck. Not making enough energy, and as you can see, that's stalling out.
Commander destroyed.
Try not to overlap. He does have beeping. It's beeping. Now, I would like my air to. I didn't really flare him up, really. There he goes down. At this point, you want to basically always have your foot on. Just running, chasing them back all the way. I had to take a second to this space. Actually, the enemy's gone for one of the few moves that they can make, which is trying to EMP all my stuff. I really should be requesting air coverage over here, or failing at air defense, which is something I need. Really though, as long as this battleship is at most of my combat attempts. Very successful. People say they're not a good unit. It's not true. Against T, they are. I hear the nuke coming, as well as having to defend against these plats. So I think, sort of, come to the conclusion he might be nuked, which he ends up doing. Split off my forces to defend the island. Really, what I'm worried about is this. I don't know why he nukes there. Like, is he calling that the plats are coming? I don't really get it. He even wipes out some of his own forces. I should really have issued new orders to these butlers as well as this. One of the things that's very effective is having a radar here to be able to see how much there is there. If my ally is asking, they have too much against, and I do not know. From my perspective, they're really get scouted though, which gives Duke of Stars enough confidence to go through it. It's possible there was mines here, but I was mistaken. From my perspective now, that there's a massive amount of damage done by flats against him, is that time is on my side, but Geo just blew up. Why did Geo blow up? Because of these long range RPCs. So I'm going for a flag because time's on my side. I have at least as big of a fleet as he does. He's not going to be able to produce much money, so that's the conclusion I'm going to. Problem, it's getting at large. I'm not going to be able to finish this before my lab gets destroyed. So, because I can't attack it directly, because my fleet's not large enough to overwhelm, especially I decide to move everything out range this guy. I'm seeing if I can get some notes. You can see just in time, stuff gets destroyed. So really neither me nor my enemy are. As you can see, he's not making very much metal at all. I'm not really spending any metal. Even though I'm making this Juno. So but yeah, now it's pretty much a deal of, on my lane, trying to deny enemy pressure. The enemy continues to bombard here. They don't know it. That's one of the things that air is really bad. Targets and actually still there. Should have the shipyard and all of the production that I need. All of the males. Picking up my anti-nuke because I know that it does in fact have a nuke. So it needs to pretty much just playing for time here. Flagship, that was very early in production, to make another anti. Just in case they scared. Or randomly tried to nuke it. I have about half as much metal I need, so I want to be spending twice as much as my income is, which is pretty much on. That's assuming I don't get any from tech, which tech is likely to give me in the game. John. Not really doing much with my team as I could be, but I am significantly advanced. 34,000. Not bad. Do I know that exactly? Not really. But I know that I haven't been making ships, and the enemy has been. But the enemy doesn't really know any. Which is why he's been so reluctant. Possibly, though, he could have gone for a flagship of his own if he knew that I was going to be passive. The enemy is making the very wise move of moving together and trying to kick me in the sleep. I see those air forces moving, so I'm just swinging into airships. At this point, I pretty much want C unless the enemy manages to see my flag. So that is the thing I'm trying to prevent happening. Additionally, I'm putting up some clear defenses around my shipyard. Opponent of that is just physically body block. If it hits, if a bunch of planes all around the maelstrom, then that damage is overkill. That's where you want to be putting your navy if the enemy has air superiority locally, which in this target. Now it's my job to stop those robbers. priority target on flagships so that it doesn't try to it's on the beach. So that's friendly fire. It's not really good. Additionally, if you get in the center of the block, you get much better damage. So the thing that you always have to be aware of, like investing in something as expensive as a flag, is it is getting money. Thanks to 20,000 now. It's expensive. If you're using it to win a Sealab, that's probably one of the more efficient ways of using it to win a flag. Like, I could probably win that fight, but I don't want to risk my flagship for a problem. And there's that risk of air coming in the middle of the day. This flagship has gotten value. Its kill count is pretty low, but anytime a flagship's getting XP, XP is based on how much the unit costs, basically helps scale the XP. So a flagship getting 0.05 XP means that it's getting quite a bit of value. One trick that I don't see discussed often is you can actually use the XP counter as basically a way of seeing if you actually hit kills, or in fact it's a kill counter. So it just kills something from my perspective. I don't know exactly what it's hitting, but I know it's hitting something based on these explosions. Wrong? You have to get yourself some because everything's 3D and you need to actually have a firing zone. I'm just waiting for that explosion. But these explosions enemy has extremely intelligent in trying to solve these forces, but you just die. So now the question is, from sea, I've gotten this massive ball that I just have to guard against the enemy and take myself. And then the question is, what do I do? Oh, a second flagship's a pretty good idea in this scenario, right? I get to get the enemy kicked out of probably a missing area, right? So, since we've already got this side, this area as well, it's probably going to be pretty good, but I'm still making a second flag. The other option is essentially 3 response. So he's going to check the shield. This flagship cannot hit through these shields with these, but if I take my battleships and I also find even when they're not hitting it, but does still penetrate the shield, it loses its he definitely got value from these Elysis, though. The thing always to fear at this point is that the enemy puts an overwhelming amount of marauders in the water and just swings through here. So that's why I have quite so many cruisers. Like you need too many cruisers, but want to be safe. Maelstrom's always make a good quick move. I'm confident enough in my laser soldiers though. At this point, the game's pretty much over. It's just a matter of how exactly it's won.
Commander destroyed.
Let's get on top of this. The enemy's decided to go for a Hail Mary play the bombers. So at this point I see the bombers. I can't really do much directly against them. That's my here to try to intercept some of them. Minor successful. You can see my allies doing the perfect move and going directly for the bombers, ignoring the fighters as a target. Unfortunately, she didn't have that.
Commander destroyed.
They're trying to pop stuff. That's what they're doing.
Commander destroyed. Commander destroyed.
It's down to one comm. Eventually they perhaps I would fly. It's hard to tell. At this point, you see the red ones. Really close game, though. Definitely not.